Hey guys, welcome to Workout of the Week, brought to you by the Get Better Project, your online at-home training program or in a park training program that is designed to only require 2 dumbbells and a kettlebell. But that being said, you could also do these workouts and we have them programmed for 0 equipment, like where I'm at right now with 0 equipment, or a full small gym, at-home gym setup with barbells, kettlebells, rigs, all that fun stuff. We have it all. And if you'd like to try 2 weeks of our program, which includes all of our workouts, access to our app, access to the Facebook group, and coaching from myself and our other coaches, head over to thegetbetterproject.com/2weeks. That's thegetbetterproject.com/2weeks. But getting back to the workout of the week now, this workout this week is 5 rounds for times of 5 right arm dumbbell snatches, 5 left arm dumbbell snatches, 10 dumbbell bench presses, 20 dumbbell deadlifts, and then 30 dips on a chair bench or stationary dip station, depending on what you have available. And then you get 2 minutes rest. So these should be semi-sprint style rounds here where you're going to absolutely be warmed up and absolutely get into and crush these particular movement patterns. The only thing that I want to say about that is on these dips, those should only be done in 1 to 2 sets. So if you're like, man, I got some rings hanging around, I want to do those ring dips, those might be too hard for you if you can't do them 1 to 2 sets. So then I would recommend going to a stationary dip or even a bench or chair dip where you actually have your feet on the ground when you're doing those dips, and that's totally fine. That's what they're designed for, and if it's a high repetition, it's hard, it still takes you 1 or 2 sets, then you're good to go. If you have any questions about this, let us know. We got coaching videos coming up next. Make sure you watch those coaching videos if you have questions about anything, and let us know how you do. For the alternating dumbbell snatches, you're going to straddle a dumbbell in your squat stance, essentially, so slightly wider than hip width, slightly externally rotated, weight on your heels. Then you're gonna hinge at your hips, reaching down with one hand, keeping your back flat, using the other hand for balance. From there, you're going to lift the dumbbell to your knees and then jump it up overhead into this overhead position. Then you're gonna come down, switching hands in the air, touching both ends of the dumbbell on the ground, and then swinging the dumbbell back up overhead. And then repeating the process, trying to keep your back flat as you can as you're going down and then coming back up. So I'm getting to about my knee and thrusting my hip forward in order to launch the dumbbell up overhead. You'll get better at this transition. If you haven't done it before, just give it a slow try and you will find that that dumbbell just drops right into the hand that you would like it to go into. The most important thing on these is that as you're coming down, you want to keep pushing the hips back, weight on the heels, knees to the outside, and keeping that back nice and flat. If you can't get all the way down to the ground, meaning that you can't touch the dumbbell to the ground without the back going rounding and going forward, then I'm gonna have you do a hang snatch, meaning that you just go down like a kettlebell swing to there and then swing the dumbbell back up overhead, because I want you to keep it back flat the whole time and then increase your range of motion in order to get to the position that we would like you to get to. But it's not as important for you to get all the way down to the ground if your back cannot stay flat. For dumbbell bench or floor press, if you have a bench to use, then go ahead and use it. But if you do not have a bench, then we're going to be teaching the floor press because I do not have a bench here. The same technique is going to apply though. So you're going to have to pick up these dumbbells like a deadlift, keeping your back nice and flat. Then you're going to walk yourself out to wherever your bench or floor is going to be, setting them down, sitting down or rolling yourself back out as you're getting yourself into the right position. From there, you're going to put the dumbbells up onto your legs and you're going to lean back into your start position here. From the start position, your elbows are going to be at the ground. Your dumbbell could even be touching your chest if you want to make this a little bit harder, and I recommend that if you have the bench. Then you're going to be driving the dumbbells up overhead to a straight locked out position. Dumbbells do not have to touch, but they could if you want them to. You're mostly looking for the elbows to be locked out, and you're going to return the dumbbell back down to the start position and then lock out again. So each repetition is just going to look like this, whether or not it is touching the chest, so that feels good to you, it's a little harder, or if you're just going down and then back up. Then when you get done here, you're going to go back down to the start position and you're going to let the dumbbells fall and hold on to them, let them roll you up to the beginning. You can also do this with a bench, but I would recommend practicing a few times with some light weight to see how it feels for you. Just like a push-up, what we're looking for, if you were looking down from the top, is about having our elbows go halfway in between our sides and halfway in between up in our shoulders. It's gonna vary just a little bit depending on what feels comfortable for you, but that position is gonna keep us safe. It's also gonna give us a good chance of engaging a lot of our chest and our shoulder muscles, which are our big muscles. So it's gonna look something like this. You're gonna be looking down, and then your shoulders are also engaged. So just like the push-up, your shoulders are pressed down as you're doing this movement, and that's gonna be engaging the lats. It's gonna keep your shoulders low in a safe position so you're not causing any impingements or anything by trying to press up like that. For dumbbell deadlifts, you're gonna be taking a stance with your feet underneath your hips, and you're going to have your weight on your heels, and you will push your hips back, push your knees to the outside, bending your knees when you need to keep your back nice and flat. And you're going to drive through the heels, pushing your hips back forward and standing up. And then you would push your hips back, 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 bending your knees when you have to keep the back flat, touching one end of the dumbbell on the ground, and then coming back up to the top. So you can see that my weight stays on my heels, and my knees go to the outside of my feet. So I'm going to engage my hips and glutes as I do this. So from the side, you can see that I'm very conscious and trying to keep my back as flat as I possibly can by bending at my knees as I'm doing this, and my shoulders back and chest up, and my head in line with my spine. Then I'm going to return the dumbbells to the ground the same way that I deadlifted them out the first time, and I'm going to stop the position. I'm also concentrating on keeping my core nice and tight and breathing throughout my whole body and throughout the whole movement as I do the deadlift. For bench or chair dips, you're just gonna find a platform that you can put your hands on behind you. So you're gonna sit yourself down, you're gonna put your hands next to your butt, and you're gonna put your feet out in front of you, slightly bent knees, and then you're going to lower yourself down so you have a 90-degree angle at your elbows, and then extend yourself back up. The straighter that your legs are and the further they are out in front of you, as long as your butt is staying close to your bench or chair, the harder it's gonna be, and the easier is gonna be when your legs or feet are closer to you and you're doing the movement. The key is gonna be that you go down to a 90-degree angle, and then you extend all the way back up to a locked out position in the triceps or elbows. The other thing is, as you go down, you're gonna want to keep your chest up and trying to avoid having yourself lean forward as you go down. It's a common fault, but really fight to keep your chest up nice and high. That's gonna allow you to use your chest more and keep your shoulders in a safer position. Hey guys, hope you enjoyed that. If you would like to get 2 weeks of the Get Better Project, which includes our full program, including coaching, nutritional setup, access to our app, all that fun stuff, head over to thegetbetterproject.com/2weeks. That's thegetbetterproject.com/2weeks. We have workouts that you can do in a park just like this. We have workouts that you do in your gym. We have workouts that only require 2 dumbbells and a kettlebell. So we got you set, and those are the workouts that we do every single day to get ourselves into phenomenal shape, and we'll get you in phenomenal shape as well. If you have any questions, let us know. Let us know how you did in the workout. We'll see you next week.